Now I'm going to show you the difference between a square knot and a spiral knot. Basically, it is the same knot. It's just a difference in the way we alternate the strings. A square knot is going to end up looking like kind of what I have going on here, where I'm crossing my outer strings over the two center strings. But each time I alternate which string goes on top. Okay, so since this one is going on top, this one is going underneath, and it's going to sort of pop up through the backside. And then I have two strings that I can pull to tighten the knot on opposite sides. And these two center strings will never be knotted. They're just two center strings that sort of hold everything in place for us. So we kind of, with the square knot, things just sort of crisscross and they go back and forth, back and forth. So that last time, this one on my right side went on top. So this time I'm going to go the other way. So this one is going on top of the two center strings, and that means that this one is going to tuck underneath and come up from the bottom. Okay. Then I pull everything tight. Okay. So now I'm back to this one going on top of the two center strings. This one coming up from underneath. Okay. So if we just alternate like that, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which string is on top of the two center strings, then everything will be kept flat. And this is a true and traditional sort of square knotting technique. Now, where the square knot and the spiral knot differ is that instead of alternating this one on top and then later this one on top, then back and forth to this one and this one, right? Instead of alternating, we just always have, say, the right side on top every single time. So we do, same as before, have the two center strings that never move and will never become part of the knot. They're just sort of placeholders there. So that's on top. And now the strings have, of course, switched places because of the knot, but still this one in my right hand is going to be on top again. The other one crosses under and pulls up from the bottom. Then I tighten the knot and do the same thing again. Now you could have also started with the knot in your left hand or the string in your left hand if you wanted. That's just a personal preference. It really doesn't matter as long as you're doing the same motion. And it's repetitive without any alternating of the side to side. Like in the other knot, then we'll wind up with a spiral happening. And you can see how that's already starting to come together. Now I am taking the time to make sure that my center strings stay flat and together and they don't crisscross or get twisted. But as we go here, the spiral is starting to flip our things over. So it is getting a little bit harder to keep the one in my right hand actually on the right side because it's starting to twist. So it's wanting to be over here, but I'm going to try to keep it sort of held tight like this so that the one on the right side truly stays on the right side. That way I can continue my knots in the motion that I want to. And so that's the difference between a square knot, the look of a square knot in the end, and the look of a spiral knot. Again, it's the same not. It's really just about the alternating styles. So if you're not going to alternate, you're going to wind up with a spiral. And if you are going to alternate, you're going to wind up with more of a flat sort of bracelet. So those are the options. And that's what you're going to work on today.